Hi and welcome to this week's Something for the Weekend. I'm Tony Sales Manager at Martin Lynch & Sons, and of course I'm with David, our Purchasing Manager. And you right, Dave?
I'm all good, yeah. Hello everybody, Mike Zero TPT, Purchasing Manager at Martin Lynch & Son. Where are we today, Tony?
We're in Friedrichshafen, so we've come to the Hamfest over here. For those of you that have seen the videos before, you know it's Europe's kind of premier really Hamfest.
It is, yeah.
Visited by amateurs from all over Europe and all over the world. I mean, I've seen the map in there. There's a lot of amateurs from all over. We're not going to do a usual one where we kind of wander around table by table by table, because Henry's kind of said, stop messing around, stop having fun, get in there, find me 5 new products that are coming to market that probably people haven't seen yet in the flesh.
Things they haven't seen before.
Yeah, so let's flip you around and go from there. So we're going to go into the main hall. So kind of the mission starts now, Dave.
I know.
You know exactly. You know where I'm going to go. I'm going to change this round, and I think most of the people have guessed. We weren't too sure if it was going to be here.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. And I know we've got a lot of customers waiting for these. They will be here, we've been told, and they will be here very soon. Now it's probably going to be quite busy on this stand, so I'm going to have to make my way. Yeah, we've already been beaten by the CQ podcast guys, so we're going to have to go and grab another one instead. So this is my first item. For those that haven't guessed, I'm going to turn it around. We're at the Yaesu stand, and it's going to be obviously the FTX-1. They have got the field and the Optima here, so let's have a look at the field.
And that's got the protective shroud around it.
It has. So size-wise, David, is it what you thought?
It is, actually. Based on some of the other videos that I've seen and read about, it's actually quite a nice size, and I'm pleasantly surprised that it's not as big as I thought it was going to be, which is kind of the opposite, where most thought it was actually bigger than
See, I think it looks bigger than what I thought it was going to be. I'll be up front with you. I thought it was going to be slightly smaller.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the way the shape is. I'm going to move around to the back so you can see the battery. So this one here has got the battery.
Yes, that's got the battery on.
And the tuner.
Yeah. So there's stacks on the back.
Yeah.
Battery and tuner. Obviously 2 antenna ports, which is really nice. One for VHF, UHF, the rest HF.
So as you can see, they're very popular. I'm going to go over to the Optima now. I'll stay
now this is very interesting, because this is the first time I've seen the back of the Optima. I know we were here this morning early, but I didn't get a chance to look at the Optima. And it's such a nice size for a shack radio, 100-watt shack radio. It's an excellent size.
And then obviously you can remove the front head.
So
I've done it here.
That's it removed. Looking at these, it spikes so much interest. And as you said, it was touch and go whether they were even going to be.
I know. I've been very lucky that they've arrived.
Absolutely, and just to see it in the flesh, because it has been so long. I get it.
It has.
But boy, it's going to be worth the wait. I mean, we've had a little play with them and whatnot. And for me, it's typical Yaesu.
The quality looks very good.
The quality is amazing, yeah.
I mean, as you can see, this is obviously when you're running with single receiver.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And then you've got it set up over here.
And it's the typical Yaesu familiarity. Easy for me to say. But if you've owned a Yaesu before, like the 710, DX10, and even the 101,
it's looking. I was going to say it's got most of the major.
It has,
front, hasn't it? So
and even almost like a tip of a hat to an 891. With the independent buttons across the top here.
Button pushes, they feel okay.
Yeah.
VFO,
100%.
nice VFO.
Yeah, the VFO's nice and smooth. And obviously these indicators change when you're either keying up or doing something.
Where did you learn that from? Was that from that 710 video?
It was, yeah.
Was it? Oh, well done.
I can't remember who did it.
I know, if you're looking at 710, obviously don't forget to check out the video on the 710 as well.
But it's just familiarity, and 100 watts at home, take the head off, go out in the car, go up a hill.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more of a spaghetti junction than I thought at the back.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of connections because obviously the radio itself, the head unit is the radio as well. So literally the Optima is an amplifier. It's just the amplifier. So it is a bit busy behind there. But then again, once you've done it a few times, should be fine. And you've got a 100-watt radio for your shack, which kind of ticks all the boxes. If you like a little bit of working from home or a little bit of mobile or portable.
Yep. And we were saying about the accessories as well. So obviously we've got the accessories here. We've got the tuner. And we've got the fan as well. So if you're running digital mode.
FT8 fan's going to be really helpful on just to keep that heat out of the unit. And then you've got the tuner there. And the GPS as well, which plugs in the side.
Yeah, we had the GPS on one of the other units that were over here actually, which is here. So you'll see the GPS unit here.
And it just simply plugs in and away you go.
Yeah, and away you go. So, right, so that is my number one on the list so far. We're going to have to find another one, David. Do you want to make a choice, David?
Yes. Shall we? Shall we go this way? And this isn't the biggest thing. It was just something that I knew was coming, but I'm just pleased I got to see one in the flesh, as they say. And I think it's really, really cool that Acom, which is the stand that we're at, and if we go just here, Tony, there we go. We're talking about a little key that Acom are going to be producing, and it is typical Acom quality.
Is it touch sensitive or it's touch sensitive? See, I thought it was me. That's lovely.
Different settings, so depends on how hard you would like to hit it. For your left and for your right side.
That's good that you can tailor it to the use of the operator easily.
Yep,
So
this
exactly
is
the
how you adjust just by software.
That's
And
very nice.
not sure about the weight,
Yeah.
if it's enough.
It's nice. No, it's nice. It's very nice. I don't know if you can see that there.
Yeah.
We like that. So that is on our list of items I never thought that I'd see today. New to me.
Yeah.
New to us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to recommend this now. This is a very, very good key. Definitely. Next time we want to have a play.
When could we expect delivery of those keys?
Oh, second half of the year off.
Nice. So we've got something to look
Okay.
forward to.
Okay.
Yeah, but
That's good. So Q3, Q4.
Yeah.
We are setting the production shortly, so the first 100 or 200 units should be
Amazing.
out after the summer. Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. And did you move away from here then? On my other choice, the 1400?
If that's your choice,
Well, it's not really my choice, but I'd like to include it
Yes.
because it's just beautiful.
it is beautiful.
It is beautiful. So this is Acom's new 1400S. Top band all the way through to 6 meters. Solid state linear amplifier. It comes with this lovely control head unit as well. We've already provided some of these, so they've shipped already.
Yeah.
So is it new? Is it not new? Yes, it's new. And it's just a great.
I know, and it's picking up our audio. Can you see that? That's keying up at about 1.2 kilowatts. Obviously, it's into a very big dummy load, but it's just an amazing. Again, it's Acom quality.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, this is a good stand-up. We've got the, I mean, if you're not into all of this fancy gizmo and you want a kind of standard linear amplifier, they have got another new one.
You have?
We could kind of do all five.
I
here,
know.
really, but we're not going to do that. We're not gonna
Henry
cheat.
would tell us off.
Exactly, we'll get cheated on. And
So we've already got the
we've got the
1010.
1010, which you all know and love.
Yeah.
And then if we go over here, we've got
We're just sneaking.
the 1003.
We'll get there in a minute.
Now, we'll come back, because I never like to
Shall we?
stop a man
Yeah,
still up. But follow me.
Absolutely.
Follow me, Dave, because I've got somewhere else we can go. And that's here. So this is their new rotator and
Yes.
rotator controller model,
Yeah.
which is the 570AR.
Yeah.
And as you can see, beautifully constructed again. It's got that lovely control head, which they seem to be making kind of standard across the range now of Acom products. And it's a beautiful finish. We were chatting with the guys earlier and they were saying that the boss of Acom was basically saying, if you're going to spend a lot of money, you want it to look nice as well.
Nice in the shack. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a little bit of what
this is super.
shack bling, but again, it's just unbelievable
So that is fairly
quality.
new because it's coming soon.
It is, yeah.
We can have a fiddle. No, I think we're still going to have to wait. Please wait a few decades. So that will come. I'm sure that will come.
So we've got that to look forward to as well.
Basically, if you want any more information, obviously that's on the website already.
Yep.
So you
It
can
is,
check that out.
yeah.
Dave, what's going to be your choice?
Oh, decisions. But I reckon we're going to go with the little Yagis over here, actually. So it was something that both me and Tony spotted. And it's called a Flexer Yagi. Little 2 and 70 dedicated antennas. And that was my favourite because they're just so small. Also do 23 centimetres. And they're just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it's not something that I've seen before. I don't know about you, Tony, but have you seen them before?
No. It's the first time I've seen these here. I love them, to be honest with you. I was going to take one here in the packet, so you can see.
Yeah.
But they're just beautifully constructed, obviously pre-tuned on these high frequencies.
That's it. All soldered
see
up
that
really
there.
nicely.
Yeah, very, very nice product. Price-wise, depends on what you want to get. They're not the cheapest of antennas.
You pay
I'll be
for
honest,
quality
but you're paying for
sometimes.
quality again, and like the same with the Acom.
Yeah.
You get what you
It
pay
is. You
for.
get what you pay for, and I really liked it.
So these are good choice, Dave. Well done, Dave.
Hey.
And as you said, you saw those with me, so you're going to make me struggle again now.
Yeah, I
need to
know.
find another one. So let's have a little walk around again. I don't know if we recognise this guy here.
I know who it is. Do you know who it is?
We know who it is. Yeah. For those that don't, this is Jesse from Chelegance.
Chelegance.
And he's obviously very busy.
He's seen us.
He's seen us. He's going to
He's
come
coming
over. So we say hello. Very good.
It was great to see you here. I know we talk quite often, but great to see you. How are you finding the show?
Well, so far so good. I didn't expect so busy and so many people. This is our first year being here in Friedrichshafen for the show. And,
Amazing.
so far so good.
Yeah, amazing. Bought anything new with you?
Well, yeah, a lot of things you have been familiar with, the MC750
Yeah.
and the vertical and the dipole. But, there's something that we're considering making a little bit difference.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the MC750 used to have 4 radios set up
Yes.
here?
Yeah.
But for now, we're trying to make it more to an upgrade version, but have not decided yet.
Okay.
So you can just try to... but for now, the radios and the base, they are separate.
Oh, okay.
So we're looking for... we're also hearing about some suggestions whether we should keep the old design or do you like this better.
So a little bit of customer feedback there.
Yep. Yeah, well, we want to hear about what customers think.
Yeah.
What should we do?
Yeah.
And also, we're making something like a new. This is a distribution panel.
Okay.
So you can see there's a LED in the front,
Mm-hmm.
and in the back it's power pole connectors,
Oh, nice.
and they also have the DC outlets.
Nice. Very good.
So I'm going to take that as my new product.
Yeah,
The next one in
I think
line,
you
so that's
should.
good. When can we see these?
Very soon, but for now it's like the designs like can be set up like this, and then but you see the screen where you can read some of the data out there.
Yeah, and what's going on, what
Yeah.
currents it's drawing, and
Yeah, but the problem is that PowerPoint is on the back. Will that be not convenient for the user to use it?
well, I think there are some power supplies and distribution boxes that do have the power poles on the back.
Okay.
So yeah,
You like the design?
I do like it.
Wow.
Tony
okay.
likes it. He wants one now. No, very good.
And this thing you will be very familiar with.
Yeah.
Not looks familiar, but not exactly the same. You can read that. It's a spectrum analyzer. Not it's still in testing.
Yeah.
It's still in development.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I like that, Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, fantastic. Thank you very much.
I love ML&S.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so I'm here with Michael now at the Flex stand, and we're going to take a look at the Aurora, which is a much anticipated Flex radio with built-in 500 watt amplifier, I believe.
500 watt transceiver. It's not an amplifier. We have to. I know I have to get around that.
Oh,
too.
you need to correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me, please.
So it's a 500 watt transceiver with a power supply and a tuner built in that weighs. Do you want it in pounds or kilograms?
Kilos, please.
Just about 7.7 kilos, which isn't very much.
No, exactly.
And it's a. Imagine now you want to go to your cottage or summer house or whatever, and you're ham. So you used to take the HF radio and. Do I take the amplifier, not take the amplifier? I got to take the power supply. The box of bits gets bigger. You can stick this into put a handle on it. We don't have a handle kit, but that's you just carry it with you and sit it in the back of the car or carry on luggage. So how do we do it?
Yeah.
Which was probably your next question.
Exactly, yes, let me answer it.
The amateur radio world today, we haven't touched the transmitter really, the Royal We, in probably over a century. It's always been 100 watts on HF. It's always been a Class A transmitter, so sort of garbage in, garbage out. It's a linear transmitter. Well, we don't use linear in this, and it allows us, it actually runs in Class D, and it allows us to be incredibly efficient, up to 80 to 90% efficiency. I don't know if you can see it on the LP 100 watt meter here, but when I push the key down, we're up to over, 514 watts at 230 line volts. And you saw it earlier. We have a kilowatt meter in back. It's a bit of a mess. It shows we're drawing 2.3 amps of power.
It's crazy.
2.3 amps, which is like, geez, you can almost run it from a battery.
Yeah, it's like running the QRP radio.
But I'm going to speak in U.S. terms for portable or POTA words. We actually have guys who go, this is a great POTA radio. If I go camping, and I don't know European and British camping the same way, but I imagine you can get a campsite with power, right?
Yeah, a lot of the time you can.
It's some power, a little bit of power. Yeah. Well, so now I can have 500 watts worth of power because that's less than my toaster.
That's true.
Or my frying pan.
That's very true.
It's 100% key down. Like the duty cycle, we had it running at Dayton, full power for 8 or 9 hours straight, type of thing. And it's less expensive, I guess, if you were to start with a clean slate.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a question a lot of people have asked is, how much is it going to cost me? They've seen the figures. Now, when I have discussions with these customers, it's always the same. What are you paying for your flagship transceiver? What are you paying for your linear? What are you paying for the ancillary devices? And when you start adding it up, it's on par.
Yeah, we did some US numbers, of course, and it was cheaper.
Yeah.
Now, not only that, your remote is, as you've seen, remote is incredibly mainstream, right?
Exactly.
And we know everybody else is trying to catch up.
Yeah.
I've been a ham operator first. I still think this is the easiest remote. It's generally as easy to set up as a Gmail account, mostly, for the most part.
Yeah, we always kind of say to people, if you want to operate remote, and that's your kind of sole purpose in amateur radio, you buy Flex.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
You can log on, you can anywhere in the world, operate, and that's evident with what we've seen on social media as well.
Right, and just over here, we're actually got a Maestro connected to my station in Toronto. And so some people say, hey, the bands look dead. I said, well, it's 3 a.m., right? So wait a couple hours. A little bit different. Or, Pacific will be coming in for us.
Exactly.
Type of thing. But as a remote radio, now I have a 500 watt remote radio that sits in one little box. I could put any Internet of Thing AC power switch on it to turn it on and off totally.
Sure. With regards to power output as well, down to QRP levels?
You can, you should be able to dial it down to 5 watts or so.
Okay, so good.
And for QRP, you could, in theory, put your own bigger amplifier on it, but we're not recommending it because there's those oopsie days. You might, if you hit it with 500 watts, you're probably going to wreck the input of the of your bigger amplifier, but it's also a risk, though. We don't know what will happen coming back in to our transmitter at that as well. So,
it was really smart.
and then you still get full transmitter support on the radios, and they still come in 1 and 2 spectral capture units if you're familiar with the line as well. That receiver performance is the same, but the whole transmitter looks like a little cube this big.
We don't have one open.
We don't have one open, but
what a shame.
it's literally on this half of the radio from here to here. It's like about this size of the LP100, but in the radio height. This is the entire transmitter, low pass filters, band pass filters, and tuner.
That's great.
Right, we do get band pass filters too, which makes them great field day radios,
perfect
type of thing, or
as well.
portable like that.
Brilliant. Okay, well, obviously we're keeping our fingers crossed that it's going to launch very, very soon and then be over in the UK. Are we looking at Q4?
Q4 is really pushing
okay.
hard. And think of it one more thing. If you're a DXpedition and you're paying for space and fuel and weight,
huge.
you've just made a huge saving.
Yeah, especially if you're operating on separate bands, you can stack your bands up with these.
So, because generally on a DXpedition you run about 500 watts.
Yeah.
And then now you're on a generator power, but little simple, Blue Yeti power cubes. We're going to see a lot of stuff over the next year, but people being very innovative about where I took my Aurora.
Exactly, it's going to be very interesting. Anyway, we're going to leave it there, and I say thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we can't wait to get one in the showroom. So
I can't wait to get mine either.
Come on. No problem.
7-3, everybody.
Take care. Thank you. Okay, so we hope you enjoyed that sort of insight into what goes on at the show, and a little bit different this year in the fact that Henry gave us a task to find some items to look around.
And we did. I think we achieved that and more.
Yeah, definitely. I was very interested in obviously to see the FTX-1. It's great.
Highlight.
Yeah, I did like that. And on that Acom key was very special as well.
Yeah,
that was
I
very
agree.
nice. So if you've never been to Friedrichshafen, please make the effort. Probably come next year, I would have thought.
Yep.
It's got to be done. Accommodation, there's loads around. You can stay nearby. I mean, we hired a car. We're staying about 10-15 minutes away from here.
Yeah.
Airbnb, very easy to get to.
Easy journey from the airport to the B&B thing.
Yeah.
And
if you don't drive, I've done it by train.
Yes, you
Boats,
did that,
loads of different ways. There's always a way, yes.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Exactly. So anyway, that's our little visit to Friedrichshafen. Look out for the new products when they appear in store. And hopefully we'll see you here next year.
Yeah, we'll catch you soon. Hope you've enjoyed it.
No worries. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.